Okay, good morning students. Next we'll learn about chapter number 14, which is properties of parallel lines. Now first we'll discuss the parallel lines. Two lines L and M are said to be parallel if they follow these two conditions. First, they lie on the same plane, and second, if they do not intersect however far they are extended. Take a look at this figure. In this figure, L and M are two different lines. Right, they are called parallel lines because they are lying on the same plane and they are not intersecting each other at any point. And also, one condition should be taken into consideration in that the distance between these two line segments or line at any point is same as the distance between these two line at any other point. So this distance remains same everywhere. So such lines are called parallel lines. Next we'll see a theorem. This theorem talks about the distance between two parallel lines is same everywhere. To prove this theorem, we'll start with a figure, that is two line has been taken as L and M, right? Now let L and M are two parallel lines. We have taken a point P on L. This point P has been taken on L, and PQ has been drawn, which is perpendicular to this M. Then this PQ is the distance of P from M. This is distance of P from this line M, this PQ. In the same way, we take another point R on L and draw RS perpendicular to M. In the similar way, this RS will be the distance of R from this point line M. Now on measuring this PQ and RS, we find that this PQ is equal to RS, and this proves that the distance between two parallel lines is same everywhere, right? So this is the theorem, and it tells that the distance between two parallel lines is same everywhere. Okay, next topic is transversal. Transversal is a line which cuts or intersects two or more lines at distinct point. As you can see in this figure, there are two lines L and M, and this line T is cutting these two lines at these 2 points. First at this point and second at this point. So this line which is intersecting these two lines is called transversal. Means T is transversal of L and M. So in this figure, it's been given that L and M are two parallel lines which are cut by a transversal T. Then we have, now at this point we have four angles: angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. At this point also we have four angles: angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. So in this figure, the corresponding angles are angle 1 and 5. They are called corresponding angle. Even angle 2, angle 6 are called corresponding angle. Along with them, we have angle 3 and angle 7 as corresponding angle, and angle 4 and angle 8 as corresponding angle. So we are having actually four pair of corresponding angles. Right. Next one is alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are, the pair of alternate interior angles are angle 3 and angle 5. These two angles are alternate. That's why they are called alternate interior angles. So first pair is angle 3 and angle 5, and second pair is angle 4 and angle 6. These two pairs are called alternate interior angle in this figure. Alternate exterior angle. These angles are forming outside. That is why they are called alternate exterior angle. They are alternate, but this angle are actually formed outside on the outer part. So they are called alternate exterior angle. So first pair is angle 2, angle 8, and second pair is angle 1 and angle 7. Next one is consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles are the angles which are adjacent to each other. or the angle which are forming on the same side of a transversal. So angle 3 and angle 6 are consecutive interior angle. In the same way, angle 4 and angle 5 are consecutive interior angles. So we can have such type of relation when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. We can have these relations: corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angle, and consecutive interior angles. Next, the theorem is, if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the angle of each pair of corresponding angle are equal. That is, if the two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the angle of the angle of each pair of corresponding angles are equal. It means angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Second, the angle of each pair of alternate interior angle are equal. That is, angle 3 is equal to angle 5 and angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Third point is, the sum of the consecutive interior angle is 180 degree. That is, angle 3 plus angle 6, this is angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degree, and angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. So these are the three conditions when we have two parallel lines intersected by a transversal. Now moving on to exercise. First question says, in the given figure, L is parallel to M and T is a transversal. If angle 5 is equal to 70 degree, find the measure of each of the given angles: angle 1, angle 2, angle 4 and angle 8. So this is the figure where angle 5 is given, that is equal to 70 degree. Now it is given that L is parallel to M and T is a transversal. Therefore, we know that this angle 3 is equal to angle 5. It means they are alternate interior angles. Right? This angle 3 is equal to angle 5 and they are called alternate interior angles and they are equal. It means angle 5 is equal to angle 3. Therefore, angle 3 is equal to angle 5, that is equal to 70 degree. We have the value of angle 3. Also, angle 1 is equal to angle 3. They are vertically opposite angles. So the value of angle 3 is equal to that of angle 1. It means angle 1 is equal to 70 degree. Now, since angle 4 and angle 5 are forming a linear pair, angle 4 and angle 3 are forming a linear pair, means this angle and this angle, the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree. So angle 4 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 4 plus 70 degree is equal to 180 degree. Angle 4 is equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree, that is 110 degree. Also, this angle 8 is equal to angle 4. They are exterior, they are corresponding angles, right? Angle 4 and angle 8 are called corresponding angles. So they are equal. It means angle 8 is equal to angle 4, that is equal to 110 degree. Okay, next question is, in this given figure, L is parallel to M and T is the transversal. These two lines are parallel, L and M are parallel and T is transversal, means it is intersecting these two parallel lines at a point. If angle 1 and angle 2 are in the ratio of 5:7, if this angle 1 and angle 2 are in the ratio of 5:7, then we have to find the measure of each of the angles: angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 8. Now one condition is given, as we have already knew that the angle on a straight line makes a linear pair. If two angles are on the straight line, then they make a linear pair. It means this angle 1 and angle 2, they are making a linear pair. Now a condition is given that the angle are in the ratio of 5:7. It means if x be any number, then for angle 1 will be equal to 5x and angle 2 will be equal to 7x. And since angle 1 and angle 2 are making a linear pair, therefore angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. On putting the values of angle 1 and angle 2 in the form of x, angle 1 is equal to 5x, 2 is equal to 7x, 5x plus 7x is equal to 180 degree, 12x is equal to 180 degree. Therefore x is equal to 180 degree divided by 12. that is equal to 15 degree. Now the value of x is 15 degree, therefore the value of angle 1 is equal to 5x, 5 multiplied by 15 degree, that is 75 degree. Similarly the value of 2 is equal to 7x, 7 into 15 degree, that is 105 degree. Now since angle 3 is equal to angle 1, in the figure angle 3 is equal to angle 1 according to the vertically opposite angles rule criteria, therefore angle 3 is equal to 75 degree. Similarly angle 4 is equal to angle 2, or since we have to find angle 8, therefore angle 1 and angle 4 are forming a linear pair. To find angle 8 we need to find angle 4, right? Now since angle 1 is given and angle 4 we have to find, it means angle 1 and angle 4 are forming a linear pair, means the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree. From this criteria we will find the value of 4, and once we get the value of angle 4, the value of angle 8 will be equal to angle that of angle of 4, that according to the corresponding angle criteria. Therefore angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 4 is equal to 180 degree minus 75 degree, that is 105 degree. Now angle 4 is equal to angle 8 according to corresponding angle, therefore angle 8 is equal to 105 degree. Moving on to the next question. Next question says two parallel lines L and M are cut by a transversal T. If the interior angle of the same side of T be 2x minus 8 degree and 3x minus 7 degree, find the measure of each of these angles. Means in the given figure L and M are parallel and T is a transversal. The interior angle on the same side of a transversal are given, that is 2x minus 8 degree and 3x minus 7 degree. Now since we know that when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the interior angle on the same side of transversal, the sum of interior angle on the same side of transversal is equal to 180 degree. It means the sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. Therefore 2x minus 8 degree plus 3x minus 7 degree is equal to 180 degree. 2x minus 8 degree plus 3x minus 7 degree is equal to 180 degree. On adding we will have 2x plus 3x, that is 5x degree minus 15 degree is equal to 180 degree. 5x degree is equal to 180 degree plus 15 degree. 5x degree is equal to 195 degree. Therefore x is equal to 195 divided by 5, that is equal to 39 degree. Now since we have the value of x as 39 degree, we will find different interior angles. First one is 2x minus 8. So on putting the value of x, 2 into 39 degree minus 8 degree, 78 degree minus 8 degree, this is 70 degree. Next is 3x minus 7 degree. 3 multiplied by x का value है 39 minus 7 degree, so this is 117 minus 7 degree, 110 degree. So the two interior angles are 70 degree and 110 degree. When you add these two angles, the sum will become 180 degree. It means this is correct, right? The sum of two interior angle on the same side of transversal is equal to 180 degree. Moving to next question. This question says in the given figure L and M are parallel. If S and T be transversal such that S is not parallel to T, find the values of x and y. This is the figure given. The two lines L and M are parallel and S and T are corresponding, they are actually transversals, but S is not parallel to T, and we have to find the value of x and y. So the value of x is associated with this transversal and the value of y is associated with this transversal. Now in the solution it is given that L and M are parallel and S is transversal. First we take this transversal S, therefore this angle 1 is equal to this angle 50 degree. It means they are corresponding angles. Also angle 1 plus angle x degree are making a linear pair, therefore their sum will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore 50 degree plus x degree is equal to 180 degree. X degree is equal to 180 degree minus 50 degree, that is equal to 130 degree. Now we have the value of x 130 degree. In the same way when we take the T as transversal, it means angle 2 will be equal to angle y degree, right? And also angle 2 and 65 degree are forming a linear pair. It means angle 2 plus 65 degree is equal to 180 degree. Angle 2 is equal to 180 degree minus 65 degree, that is 115 degree. Now since angle 2 is equal to 115 degree, therefore y degree is equal to angle 2, that is equal to 115 degree. Therefore we have this solution. Okay, moving to the next question. The question says, in the adjoining figure, it is being given that, in this figure it is given that AO is parallel to CD, means this is parallel to this one CD, and OB is parallel to CE. This OB is parallel to this CE. And also angle AOB is given as 50 degree. This angle is given as 50 degree. AOB, that is this angle is 50 degree. We have to find the measure of angle ECD. We have to find this one, this angle ECD, means this angle has to be found out, right? So first, to find this angle, we need to have this angle. And since these two lines, these two are parallel, it means OA is parallel to CD, and if OA is parallel to CD and this OD is transversal for these two parallel lines, it means these two angles will be equal. They are called corresponding angles. Therefore, in the given, it is given that AO is parallel to CD and OD is a transversal. This OD is transversal, means it is cutting or intersecting these two at two distinct points. Therefore, this angle AOB means this angle is equal to this angle, that is CDB, right? So because of the corresponding angle criteria, therefore angle CDB is equal to 50 degree. Now also it is given that OB is parallel to CE, and OB is parallel to CE and CD is making a transversal on it. Therefore these two are angle on the same side of a transversal. So the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree. So once we add ECD and CDB, means these two angles, when they are added, it will result into 180 degree. Therefore ECD plus angle CDB is equal to 180 degree, because sum of angle on the same side of transversal is equal to 180 degree. Therefore angle ECD plus angle CDB is equal to 180 degree. The value of CDB is 50 degree. Angle ECD plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. Angle ECD is equal to 180 degree minus 50 degree. Therefore angle ECD is equal to 130 degree. Next question says, in the adjoining figure, it is given that AB is parallel to CD. This AB is parallel to CD, and angle ABO is equal to 50 degree. This angle is given as 50 degree, and angle CDO is 40 degree. This angle is given as 40 degree. We have to find the measure of this angle, this BOD, this one. To solve this question, we need to draw a perpendicular line which is passing through the O. We need to draw EOF, that is passing through O, and it should be perpendicular, parallel to, this is actually a parallel line, not perpendicular line. This is a parallel line. It has to be parallel to AB and CD both, right? So first let us draw a line EOF through O such that EOF is parallel to AB and EOF is parallel to CD. Okay. Now that this angle BOD is equal to the sum of these two angles, this smaller one and this one. When we add these two angles, it will result into this complete angle BOD. That is why we have drawn this parallel line to these two lines. Actually, it is dividing this complete line, a complete angle, into two equal parts. So once we find this angle and this angle, when we add these two angles, the resultant will be equal to angle BOD. Now since AB is parallel to EOF, it means this angle that is angle BOF is equal to ABO, means according to the alternate interior angle, है ना. Since these two are parallel and this OB is transversal, OB or BO is transversal, it means they are alternate interior angle and they are equal. It means BOF is equal to 50 degree. Also, since EOF is parallel to CD, right, and OD is a transversal, it means this angle, the angle CDO is equal to this angle DOF, which is equal to 40 degree. Therefore, this angle DOF is equal to 40 degree. Now, since we have BOF is equal to 50 degree and DOF is equal to 40 degree, so when we add these two angles, we will have BOD. BOD is equal to BOF plus DOF. That is BOD is equal to BOF plus DOF. That is 50 degree plus 40 degree. That is equal to 90 degree.